Hi everyone, today we have with us Dr. Pallavi Goel. Hi Pallavi.
Hi Nimisha, how are you?
I'm well.
Honestly, Nimisha, if you tell me that there's a particular inspiration, in general, I have, from my childhood, my parents, my father has always been a very upfront leading personality. I've always grown up looking at him leading everything from the front. So I always wanted to, how daughters are, they just want to replicate how fathers are. So I was always I was always intimidated with his personality and I wanted to become like him. Then when I got married, I had a wonderful in-laws family, and they were extremely helpful and supportive. And when I told them that I wanted to start something, I'm a dentist by education, so then there was complete freedom of going ahead with the career. But then what I realized, when I used to interact with a lot of girls in and around us, and in general also, when I've been traveling since quite, when I was young. So when I saw girls, what I thought is that everyone around is extremely talented.
The only issue is that females don't get those kind of exposure, those kind of opportunity where somebody tells them that you are very good at so and so thing, and you can do this, and there's a lot of confidence which is lacking in them.
So there is not much of exposure, not much of opportunities given to these women, and that makes them lose their confidence in some way or the other. Also, what I felt is that in general, unfortunately, in our society, there's nobody who talks about financial independence of women, which is extremely important, not because we want them to earn, but when you are financially independent, so you have a voice of your own, you have an opinion of your own, there's an unsaid confidence which comes in. So I wanted to be that voice to tell women, especially, not that I don't want to go and tell men about it, but I wanted to tell women first that you don't need somebody else to come in and tell you what to do, what not to do. You have to be confident. You have to understand your hidden potential, which is huge. Right. So that is the reason I thought that I need to do something where I just empower other women and make them rise and make them the best version of them.
Right.
What happens generally in our society, unfortunately, is that everybody has understood the value of education now. So people have now finally understood that it's very important to educate men, women, girls, everyone. So that part is taken care.
But what about the manners?
Right.
What about the confidence? What about the personality?
Right.
So, I've met so many of my colleagues, friends who are really educated, but they don't know what exactly
should be their behavior, what is a corporate culture, what are corporate etiquette, what's a fine dining etiquette,
right.
And there's so much more which we need to learn as an individual. So that is the challenge which we face till date. So to explain women or to explain their families that why actually a finishing school is so important, it is not something which is making your daughter marriage ready. It is actually needed for both men and women to excel in their life, because when you're not able to express your thoughts in the way you want to, so all that education just goes back. I would say that it might take time, but it will happen. Never just give up, because as they say, Rome was not built in a day. It takes a lot of time, but if you're passionate about something, so you just need to keep following your passion. You need to give your 100%. And once you start giving your 100% into something, once you follow your dream and you are religiously giving your everything into it and maintaining the quality of work that you're doing, financial success will follow. What I'm realizing is, in the fast moving world, people don't have that amount of time. They want to learn a lot of things, but everything has to be quick fix. give us shortcuts, but there's no shortcut to success. But what we've started now are these short-term programs like 21 days, 14 days, and then there are image enhancement programs which are like one-on-one. Suppose you're working female and you don't have time, so you can just take an online session, or you can take an offline session at your convenient time, at your convenient dates, and you just do it one-on-one with the mentors you want, and you customize the course as per your needs. We teach them in detail about styling, about cooking, about fine dining, different etiquette, makeup, self-grooming, and lot many more things which are needed in day-to-day life, communication, personality development. Apart from that, we've started with this community called Fearless and Flawless, which is under the banner of Finishing School. We started in Raipur almost, I think, 7-8 months back. Last November we started with it. This is basically targeting the married women, especially, not only exclusively for them, but more or less for them. So this Fearless and Flawless community, we had started in November in Raipur, and now we're planning to launch it in Bhilai in another 1 to 2 months. Love and support. And I think when you surround yourself with the people who are there to always support and motivate you, it really makes a difference. When there's positivity around you, when they encourage you in everything you do, in even the mistakes, you are not a superhuman. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have your share of errors. But when there's a huge support system which is like really rock solid, and they're standing next to you. I've had the worst days in terms of my health. I've had worst days in terms of working. Sometimes I feel really low. Sometimes there's so much of high. But when you know that they're there for everything, and they're going to guide you, and they're going to take you out of it. And I wish that every woman gets that kind of love and support. And when you surround yourself with maybe a handful of these kind of people, it makes all the difference. I think patience. You need to keep patience in whatever you're working, and it will work. If your mindset is clear, if your passion is clear, if you know what you're working towards, it will take time, but it will happen. You can't expect it to just happen overnight. Just keep patience, just hang in there. It took us a lot of time. It was a very slow journey. I would never say that, we started and it started with a bang.
Right.
It took us a fair share of time to get into the market, for people to understand what the concept of a finishing school is. And eventually, I was not realizing, but we were making a brand out of it. So when, the biggest, I would not say opportunity, the biggest high moment comes in when, every time a batch graduates, and when I see the parents, and when I see the girls and the transformation from, the small caterpillar to this gorgeous butterfly, and then they're ready to just, conquer the world, and then the parents, the way they thank us, and the way, when we see that emotion in their eye, it is everything I crave for. It is actually so satisfying, because you realize that all the hard work which you put behind them has actually paid off, and it's going to help them strengthen and do something in life. So when you're able to make a slight difference also in somebody's life, and now with Fearless and Flawless, when I'm able to do it with even married women, and when every time after a session I feel that okay, my girls, they have learned this, and we're going to use it in a way which is going to empower us.
Yes.
So that I think is the biggest opportunity, in the sense that I get to make a difference in their lives, which is, I think, absolutely amazing.
I would just say that, please stop undermining yourself. Stop, thinking that you cannot do it.
Because I genuinely feel that each woman has something which is unique to her. And you just need to, polish that diamond, and you need to just shine out there. It's never too late. Even if you want to do a small thing, please go ahead, because the sense of confidence, the sense of satisfaction you'll get when you start working, even in the smallest way. And the example you set for your son or your daughter would mean everything to them. Whatever they'll see, they're going to just follow your footsteps. So show them how powerful and unstoppable as a female you are. That's the only thing I would like to tell you all.